This video is about true origin of cancer, and is based on the works of Nikolai Levashov and Fyodor Skrudnev. In the search for truth, people are more attracted to the confirmation of their own convictions, rather than the truth itself. For many, the search for truth ends with the internet. A human being is a system. A human being is a very complex unity of energy, information, matter. Any disturbance on the first two levels eventually manifests itself on the physical level in the form of some disease, or illness such as diabetes, heart problem, or eventually, cancer. All illnesses and diseases, from flu to cancer, enter into the human system through information processed by the brain. When the rate of system repair is lower than the rate of system damage, the brain sends a self-destruction signal to the central nervous system. Death becomes just a matter of time. People need specialists not for disease, but for health, using an integrated approach to the physical, moral, and spiritual health of a person. Here we present to you not just alternative paradigms to the received view of what causes disease. We arm you with true information. Tune in now. What is cancer? A rapid and uncontrolled proliferation of body cells. Inability of the brain to see those replicating cells due to energetic and informational normal structure of those rapidly multiplying cells being destroyed at the spiritual level. There are only two true causes of cancer. Any cancer, anywhere in the body. These two causes are: first, the disturbance of the feedback mechanism between the brain and the body's cells at the level of the essence, soul. And second, the inability of the body to remove toxins and poisons from the cells. Cancer. Among all diseases that afflict modern man, cancer is the most unexplored and dangerous disease that takes away the human life force and life itself, regardless of age, gender, or lifestyle. Modern medical science treats its patients only in terms of their anatomy and physiology, which is based on the knowledge of pathologists. The invisible part of a man which maintains the integrity of the whole organism is not considered at all. In the process of evolution, the human essence, soul, has developed communication channels for all bodily systems, organs, and individual cells. Our multifunctional brain controls the body by means of electromagnetic waves of a certain frequency and uniform cadence, the beat. This cadence sets the rhythm for the maintenance of the harmonious work of the whole body. The human being is a multicellular organism, whose cells constantly follow a program given by the matrix of life, the essence, soul, and is controlled by the brain. External irritants such as radiation, chemicals, and background exposure to negative habitats, for example residing in a geopathic stress zone, lead to a change in the frequencies and the distortion of the electric potentials of a living cell. At times of stress, fear, anger, agitation, a failure of the internal cadence occurs, and as a result, the cell falls out of the general rhythm. This may result in irreversible morphological changes. The ecological environment, GMOs, alcohol, nicotine, and other poisons further degrade the state of the cell. Toxins begin to accumulate inside, entering into new chemical bonds with molecules of the cell, which leads to a qualitative change in the cell. If such stress and intake of toxins continue over long periods of time, the cell loses the ability to return to its initial qualitative state. An excessive concentration of these toxic substances in the cells reaches a critical level, at which a process of cell division begins and the overall number of morphologically altered cells is increased. This process continues exponentially, and the accumulation of such changed cells leads to the appearance of a new formation in the organ, which begins to draw away the energy from healthy cells. As a result, all organs and systems of the human body do not get enough quality energy needed for normal life, thus becoming overloaded with toxins and quickly degrading. Parasitic cells begin to uncontrollably spread throughout the body, forming metastases. These new cells functionally are not a part of the unified bodily regulation system, therefore, such cells develop without any control of the main human body's program. That is how cancer begins. Only by restoring all levels of the cells to their normal structure, and the level of electric potential which is characteristic for a given cell type, it becomes possible to prevent new cancer formations in humans. However, because the brain has taken the new pathological state of the cell, and its energy state as the new norm, The brain is no longer able to distinguish independently healthy cells from the new cancerous formations. To restore the state of health in the brain, outside help is required. This could be done by using the SLN technology developed by Nikolai Levashov. All health-restoring processes are tracked by the SLN technology device, which helps the brain to analyze the state of all cells, and prevent any pathological formations from occurring in the future. The SLN technology device accelerates the metabolic processes, associated with the removal from the body of morphologically altered and dead cells that already have been formed, and in their place, the SLN technology device helps the brain to develop new healthy cells. The SLN technology device developed by Nikolai Levashov, and available for humans, pets, plants, environment. Historical excursion. Back in 1971, Richard Nixon announced the beginning of a famous war on cancer at the state level. The amount of money invested in this war is measured in trillions of dollars. Since then, almost 50 years have passed, but the situation with cancer has only become worse. People believe completely, and without any thought, that modern methods actually cure cancer. To convince them of the falsity of this postulate is very difficult. In fact, modern methods only treat cancer, they do not cure it. Most of those who start fighting cancer using modern-day treatments, even at the early stages, suffer more, and die faster than those who do nothing at all. Countless attempts to find the means to fight this terrible disease have not been successful. All known methods of treatment, such as surgical removal of the tumor, chemotherapy, radiation, hormonal or targeted therapy, end in the same way: rapid and complete degradation of health and body, and unavoidably, death. Cancer occurs because the cell's normal structures are destroyed at the level of the spiritual body. That is why any effort to extirpate the cancer usually results in tumor recurrence, approximately 5 years later. Most cells normally renew their enteric structure once every 5 to 7 years, which explains why cancers recur at that interval. To learn more, read the book The Final Appeal to Mankind by Nikolai Levashov, Volume 2. Books by Nikolai and Svetlana Levashov. The Final Appeal to Mankind, Spirit and Mind, The Anisotropic Universe, The Mirror of My Soul, Revelation, Russian History Viewed Through Distorted Mirrors.